Hey, good morning, Facebook and YouTube. I am just pulling up here at a dealer here in western Iowa to do a couple days of dyno training for these guys. It's a newer shop here. I think they said it was a couple years old, and more details later to talk about. So, gonna make some great training videos as well. And as I was driving down here, I kind of got caught up in some social media news last night. Locally in here in Sioux City, we had a police officer shooting that killed a man, 36-year-old guy or something like that. And it's just so crazy to read the comments and look at, just the clear two sides of that, whether they're just, against it or feel it's police brutality or whatnot, or if it's, you know, if the person was a bad person. So anyway, it's just absolutely crazy to me, just looking at both sides, how people are so justifiable, on this. And man, I'll tell you what, I would not want to be that police officer that was in that situation. As they were approaching that vehicle, we got to remember they have all this information of what the history looks like. So we've got, this person with a criminal record, it's been released to the news here that numerous convictions, just out of prison, warnings of being armed and dangerous. And I mean, one of the stories said that he had convictions in 9 different counties. And I was just talking to students about this yesterday, and it's something I am passionate about. Is what's your history look like? I mean, for that officer approaching that vehicle, the history didn't look very good. I'm not going to sit here and try to say without a doubt 100% that person wasn't a bad person or whatnot. But man, the history sure looked like it. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you think, if your track record is constant criminal activity, I mean, God, just drives me nuts to think about this person was convicted in 9 different counties. I mean, how can you question anything at all that officer didn't have to have fear or, even some hesitation or whatnot, like, this is a bad person. And it sucks, but you don't want to get killed, you don't want to get shot, you don't want to get arrested. Quit breaking the freaking law. I mean, it's not rocket science. So what's that got to do with motorcycle mechanics or being a technician? Or, matter of fact, it's anything you do in life, is as you practice your craft, think about your history. And so you technicians, we talked about with the students yesterday was, what does your work history look like? And I don't mean showing up for work, being a nice guy, all that stuff. Let's just deal with the technical side of it. Are you a person that uses a torque wrench? Are you a person that follows procedures? Are you a person that reads a service manual? Are you a person that doesn't work off assumptions? You work off, facts and procedures. If you have a history of that, it's going to be a lot easier to trust you and trust your work if something does go wrong, or you got some crazy high bill that you got to justify. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Yesterday what drove this conversation is we were actually talking about something so simple as motor oil. And I talked about the honest, authentic history of my career, that as I was trained and as I, went out and started working at the dealerships, very rarely did we grab a manual to put, to decide what fluid went in that vehicle. I mean, Harleys were 2050, most metric bikes were 1040, gear case oil in the gearbox. I mean, we didn't put a whole lot of thought into it. And then I was at a training seminar in 2008 that Toyota put on, and it blew my mind that there were some problems with O2 sensors and codes going off because the wrong oil was being used, just by the rating, not even the weight. And that really made me think, do I really look at this? And so from 2008 until, today, I always look it up. I don't just guess. I don't, just assume. I go and say, what does that manufacturer really recommend? And then sometimes, yeah, we do put performance products or additives or stuff in, but where it really saved me was last year, 2015. So think about that. 2008, it was just, this is what everything takes. Everybody knows a gearbox uses, 80, 90 weight oil, right? 2015, working on a truck, there was a bunch of warnings and there was a lot of misprints on the oil that was used in the transfer case of a Ford pickup truck that I was working on of my own. And fortunately, I did the research. Fortunately, I got the right special Ford product in there and didn't put the ATF in that we commonly saw as a misprint, and saved myself the problems that numerous other people were having. talking with students yesterday, we were talking about how they've run into seeing that, oh yeah, I thought it was this, but you know, it really should be this. So anyway, my thought is the history that I have from 2008 till 2016 today, it's good. I have good history of that. I don't have those problems. So I am going to get in here. I'm going to start training these guys. I'm going to make it a great day. Hope you do the same. Keep wrenching, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.